Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake, and they're the Christiano brothers, and they are talentless.
We're back yet again to do another Christiano Brothers movie. If you don't remember what happened, check out this video. They did a bunch of shit and DMCA'd us on a valid review, so now we're reviewing all of their movies. This is one of their first movies from 1988 called Crime of the Age, and this movie is not a movie, by the way. It's only 31 minutes long. And the only way to get it is to buy a DVD that's like a 3-pack. It's the Daylight Zone, Crime of the Age, and it's either I think it's the Pretender, yeah. Which we'll also
we have all of them.
Oh yeah, we'll get to both of those. But today we're doing this one because it's one of the earlier ones, and you can tell. Have you ever thought to yourself when you're watching like one of their more recent movies, like A Matter of Faith, and thought, wow, these are people who've been working in the movie industry for 30 years. If this is how bad they are now, how bad were they in 1988?
Exhibit A. This is usually the place where it'd say the name of, the many studios and production companies involved. But the Christiano Bros were the only people willing to touch this pile of hot garbage because they made the pile of hot garbage themselves. And it's their responsibility to take it. It's theirs. It's not ours. No one else has to. This is them.
We're kind of picking up the responsibility, though. They're the garbage men who went on strike, and we're the garbage men who have to come and do the job.
Well, at this point, it's like, when you're like, you remember the people from Jurassic Park at the beginning when they're digging the fossils out?
Yeah.
We're those people. This is because it's garbage, but it's like old fossilized garbage where you can't really get dirty. It just smells bad.
Let's clone the Christiano brothers and put them on an island near Costa Rica where they can never touch society again.
Spare no expense. So you know the game that some people play with the laser pointer and they make their cat or dog chase it around the room? That's what the Christiano brothers are doing for the first entire minute of this film, but with a flashlight. What the fuck have we gotten ourselves into?
So the flashlight is being handled by a shadowy figure who, more importantly, doesn't know how to use it. Because all he does is use it to light this room's disgusting late 80s carpet. Fun fact, most carpets in the 80s lived through the 70s, so 30% of its mass is typically dried cum and the remains of Jimmy Carter's one-term presidency. The figure focuses his light on a book, and we smash cut to the title. God damn, look at that. I respect a movie that tells you right by the title screen, they do not give a shit.
That title says to me, we could have tried our best, but hey, it's the 80s. So the detective drives up in this fucking thing. Yes, I said detective. They will be calling a detective for the book, because it gets stolen. He gets out, and holy shit, they're beard bros. Not hair bros, though. Even though the bald guy is trying real hard. It would be a mullet, but he can't complete it. It's like he's missing the corner piece to a puzzle.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and preempt everyone's disappointment. Let me run down the plot of this movie real quick. The titular crime of the age is, and I'm not joking, someone stole a book on how to become Christian. This is weak by even Christiano standards. Just to think, in only 27 years, they'll graduate to lying about evolution using washed-up courtroom comedy stars.
When I got over to my desk, I noticed it. The book was gone. The book was gone? The book was gone.
Apparently there's a missing book. However, I'm distracted by the guy on the right staring at the bald guy's dome. Something about this looks meme-worthy. You're bald, Eric. Kill yourself.
Naturally, the detective is brought in to search for the missing book. The only clue to be found, though, is a lone lost carrot on the ground. We can only hope this is the long-awaited Christiano Brothers Looney Tunes crossover event we've all been waiting for.
I hope no one tries to eat the rest of that carrot, though, because it's laying on the longer-than-necessary brown 80s carpet. I remember this type of carpet. Really takes me back. I can almost hear the sound of Lionel Richie while the smell of cigarettes and cocaine fills my toddler brain. Luckily, the detective is going to check the carrot for, quote, fingerprints and teeth prints. This is screenwriting, folks. Not just anybody can do it. So they come to the conclusion that it's got to be one of the 6 members of the staff that stole the book in the study with a carrot. I'll have you know that Clue came out 3 years before this film. Tim Curry would be pissed right now if his brain still worked. It doesn't, though, so he's not. And this obviously leads to the awful conclusion that
One of your staff members Might not be a Christian.
No.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
No.
So, are there just no rape or murder cases this detective could be investigating, or is he just the head of the camp's boyfriend who likes role-playing? By the way, the detective's reasoning for them not being Christian is that they stole a book about how to become Christian, and a Christian wouldn't need that. Meanwhile, they stole it from the camp director, who is Christian. Listen, Rich, Dave, I know this is early on in your careers, but you have to try harder than not at all.
So the detective decides to get just a little hyperbolic and says,
This is no small matter we're dealing with here. We're not talking about trespassing, robbery, or even murder. We're dealing with a crime much more serious than that.
No, the crime of the year right in my own camp. No, the crime of the decade.
No, Director. Not the crime of the year, nor the crime of the decade. When any person doesn't give their life to Jesus, they will go down as committing the crime of the age.
Is that really the worst crime you could do? Sorry, Hitler, you've been supplanted as worst dude ever by a person that didn't have a personal relationship with our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Nice skin lamp, by the way.
First, the detective goes to talk with the lifeguard. The lifeguard somehow already knows he's a detective. Based on his looks, I would guess due to some previous date rape allegations.
And over the course of the next 30 seconds, we learn that the fat bald detective, who will henceforth be known as Paul Blart, won't touch a pool of water until it has reached a temperature of at least 90 degrees, and that he also cannot swim. I'm not making this up. This is actual dialogue written for this short film. This is a character quirk that a writer thought was worthy of screen time. We find out that the pool boy doesn't read the Bible because he finds it boring. Sorry, man. Neither YouTube nor Hugo existed in 1988, pool boy. We got you now, though.
The detective, of course, finds this all very suspicious, as clearly all Christians love reading the Bible. He also asks if the dude likes carrots. He will ask everyone this. I think Rich and Dave think this counts as a joke or comic relief. They are wrong.
I am sorry, guys. I have a hard time paying attention to pool boys when they're not, like, ridiculously, overwhelmingly good looking. We gotta change this. Okay, yeah, that's better. Yeah. You clean my pool, young Jesse Metcalf. The detective goes and moves on to talking to the maid, because the pool boy thing, he didn't find his first interview repetitive enough. So he goes to the maid, and you can see in his eyes that he has hair envy of the maid. Remain vigilant and objective, Paul Blart, book detective. We need you! For plot advancement.
So as he's questioning the nurse, whom the lifeguard saw walking alone at night of the theft, she says she was just taking a walk and meditating. The detective tries to correct her, saying, "You mean praying?" She says, "No, I never pray." He says, word for word, the exact thing he says to the lifeguard, except now it's, a Christian who never prays. Interesting, instead of, a Christian who never reads the Bible. Interesting. These copy-paste interactions are most of the movie, by the way. Where were you last night? Doing activity. Christian activity? No, I never Christian activity. A Christian who doesn't Christian activity? Strange. Also, he'll ask them about carrots, because that'll start being funny eventually, right?
So due to his masterful interrogation work, he finds out that the nurse is suspicious about the cook, because he likes to teach the kids how to cook. Okay. However, my money is on it being whichever comes first. A minority, a person with a goatee, or a man with an ear piercing. Looking for a Yahtzee here. And yeah, her giant character flaw is that she doesn't pray because she's resigned herself to the fact that if God does exist, he's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants anyway. I like her.
Next up is the camp chef, who looks like Chef Boyardee's recovering alcoholic son.
Jared Boyardee.
I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. You've got a good voice there, detective.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yes, I often walk into kitchen prep areas ready to duet with the nearest singing person at the drop of a hat. I assume they bonded like all fat people do, over the smell of food. It calms us, making us docile and tameable. So the beluga whale they keep in the kitchen thinks that the coach is the culprit because he plays basketball and wears 3 pairs of socks while doing so. I gotta say, the multiple socks thing does have me suspicious, but more importantly, it's the amount of physical activity he does. We are strangers to this. And going with the theme, Kitchen Whale's big issue is that he supplements prayer and Bible reading with gospel albums on cassette tape. I'm surprised they didn't bring up the binge eating. Seems more pressing.
His problem is just the last 2 people's problems combined, plus music. We're only on suspect 3 of 6, and the Christiano brothers already ran out of things to judge other Christians for. If you're gonna be an asshole, at least be a creative asshole, guys. The detective calls into the crime lab to get the fingerprints and bite mark results. The prints are smudged though, and the bite marks were just where someone broke it in half. I wonder how many rape kits got pushed back so they could get timely results on the book theft. Even worse though, the detective asks the head of the camp if he can get another copy of the book so he could look at it. He says, yeah, the Christian bookstore in town has it. Why did you call the police? Just go get it and move on, you fucking idiot. He also asks him to have the cook serve raw carrots for dinner because that's a bit the writers won't let die. And neither will I.
So the detective goes to talk to the coach, but I'm sorry. I've got to stop the show for a moment. The 80s. Meet me over at camera B. The 80s. I have one question for you. What the fuck were you thinking?
This guy looks like Billy Ray Cyrus if his music career didn't work out. However, his daughter, not Hannah Montana, turns out much better, surprisingly.
So Basketball Mullet here is blaming it all on the secretary, but based on hairstyle alone, I'm profiling this guy.
So yeah, they go through the same conversation. He doesn't go to church. That's suspicious. Carrots, moving on.
Yahtzee! So the detective goes to interview the candy lady, and she thinks the groundskeeper did it. If he's Hispanic, everybody in the audience gets a free taco. Fingers crossed. Lionel Richie's sentient Jerry curl has an issue with witnessing, that is, sharing her faith to the faithless, as if I needed another reason to be attracted to Lionel Richie's hair.
So yeah, lady runs a candy bar shop, doesn't proselytize, she likes carrots, great writing.
Okay, he's not Hispanic, we can all calm down. No tacos.
Oh, I want a taco.
You don't get one.
Oh.
He's not Hispanic.
Oh.
I mean, he might be, but he doesn't look Hispanic. Totally different.
Oh, so I get the tacos we were going to give to them?
Yeah.
Oh, too many tacos. Fuck you guys.
The guy who's not a Hispanic groundskeeper, so a unicorn? His big issue is not thinking it's a big deal that the book was taken. It's like they made these characters with me in mind.
So even though he's the only person to function in any sort of reality and realize this entire investigation is insane, the detective still veers it into the copy-paste style script. A Christian not worried about sin? Interesting. Maybe he's more concerned you should be investigating a real crime, you fat fuck. That night at dinner, the carrots get passed around, but no one wants to take them for fear of being incriminated. Maybe if you hadn't asked them all about the carrots, your stupid ploy would have worked. Except, of course, it wouldn't, because they all said they like carrots anyways. I want to bring Agatha Christie back from the dead so she can beat the shit out of Dave and Rich for ruining the mystery genre.
Yeah, and this scene takes 3 minutes, where people just literally take carrots, put them on the plate, and then undo that decision. I literally cannot. Hugo, ask me if I can.
Can you?
I cannot.
Oh, fuck. He caught the tumbler. The camp director gets the detective a copy of the book that was stolen. Again, all of this is moot, and he spends the night reading it, and he has an epiphany. The next morning, the detective brings everyone together in the classic scene where he explains the motive and reveals the culprit, at least how this would go in a well-made mystery. Here, he goes one by one saying the lifeguard could have done it, but then the lifeguard gets up and says he went to the office to find a Bible, and he looked at the book but he didn't take it. The nurse went to find a book about prayer and saw the book, but she didn't take it. You get the drill. Basically, they all recognized the specific shortcomings the detective noticed and were trying to fix them by finding books about it, and they all looked at the book, but they all claimed they didn't take it. The weird one for me, though, is the secretary Candy Woman, whose problem was not teaching people about her faith, so she said she prayed for an opportunity to share her faith. You work at a Christian's children camp. This is your job, bitch!
So it takes like a third of the runtime, but they basically copy and paste those interactions with each of the 6 suspects saying that, yes, they looked at the fucking book, but didn't take it. Finally, Paul Blart turns to the man with superior facial and head hair and accuses him of it, saying,
Come on, director. You know that without a personal relationship with Jesus, life is nothing but a charade, and your life has been just that.
As it happens, even with Jesus, life is also meaningless when you look like you live in a Winnebago. Pot, meet Paul Blart.
So while he's accusing the camp director, he's quoting book and page numbers until the cook comes forward and corrects the page number, thus incriminating himself, and of course he confesses to stealing the book himself. 'Twas but a ruse! Except, earlier, everyone admitted to reading the book while they were in the office, so this doesn't prove shit without the confession. The cook is just an idiot.
Of course it was the fatty. We are a dishonest people.
The movie ends as the director thanks the detective for his work. But then...
You don't know how grateful I am to you for coming out and working on the case.
That's quite all right, Director. Hold it, Director.
Huh?
Hold on just a second.
What is it?
Out there in the audience, I sense something.
What's wrong?
Watching this film, somebody didn't like it.
Oh, fuck. The shitty Christian movies are becoming self-aware.
No.
Nobody move. Their vision is based on movement.
Oh, this is terrible.
That's odd. A Christian who didn't like this film.
Interesting.
Excuse me. May I ask you a question? Do you like carrots?
No. No, I do not. It's over! Yeah, so that's the movie, if you want to call it that. I don't want to, but we did, and you watched it anyway, so ha!
We got you! April Fools! Not really. This was actually more torturous for us than it was for you, if you can believe it. Do you realize what we do for you people?
Watch shitty Christian movies and get paid for it?
Exactly.
So anyway, firstly, we are doing our t-shirt sale right now, including a charity t-shirt that we're going to be donating all the proceeds of to an LGBTQ RSTUV charity of... We were originally going to do the HRC, the Human Rights Campaign, but then people got back to us about it and basically like, okay, they're more of a lobbying firm that does work for gay rights, but we want to do something a little more personal if possible, especially if we could find one that donates directly to victims of the Orlando shooting. That'd be great. So we would like your suggestions for that in the comments.
Right. Make sure that it's something that we can donate to probably at least into August.
Yeah, because it takes a while to get the money for
it usually takes a while for Teespring to send us stuff. And that's why I didn't immediately choose that, because I was worried that it'd be done because this closes on July 4th.
Right.
So that's I don't know. Also, if you'd like to support the atheist and skeptic community and not the LGBT community, or both, who knows? Our friends over at Gold Rush Comics are doing a thing with us where they're making a comic book for us. The first issue is going to be called A Newer, Hopier Hope. Don't sue us, George Lucas. And basically, it's a fun thing where Hugo and I are the main characters, and it's a comic book, and it's comedy, and it's funny, and it has nothing to really do with anything. But they are running a Kickstarter right now to print their second and third issues of a atheist and skeptic comic book called After the Gold Rush, which is really, really cool. And they have t-shirts and variant covers and all sorts of cool different stuff that you can get from just helping them out on the Kickstarter. So my buddy Miles over there does really, really great work, and show your support if you are into comic books or just think having an atheist and skeptic-centric book out there is important. Also, it's a really good read, which is important. If it was garbage, I would tell you. But I would also tell you to donate anyways. Luckily, it is not garbage. Maybe issue number 3 will be, though. So keep the pressure on. Really, really pressure them into quality, like you do us.
You could... wait, what? Are we... quality is expected of us?
No. Yeah, no. We're like pageant kids, and fans are our moms.
Oh, good.
Our overbearing alcoholic moms.
You can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded. You can also subscribe to the channel and get these when we do them. They take a lot of work. You should.
And if you want to support us personally, you can always donate to our Patreon campaign. We do a once-a-month patron-only hangout, and that's a lot of fun. Have we asked you to give enough money to enough things yet? Are you annoyed by us yet?
Just pick
one. It's good.
We are the cheapest, by the way.
Wink, wink.
Well, yeah. $1 a month can get you into the things. I had some people asking questions like, "Is there a limit?" No, just $1 a month cleared, and you will get an email on your Patreon thing, and then you'll get a link.
Yep.
And you can come hang out with us live.
So thanks everyone. Until next time, I'm Hugo,
and I'm Jake,
and Christiano brothers. I will give you this. You got slightly better, but your starting point was this, so you're still below sea level.
You know, my mom always made me wear dresses for those pageants.
Is that why you gained the weight so you wouldn't fit anymore?
No, they just kept touching me.
Oh, I should have ended this before this conversation, but I didn't.